I want to talk about something quick that's mentioned in the Bible in Revelations. In Revelations, in a Jewish Bible, which is also referred to as a New King James Bible, in Revelations, it talks about the Antichrist causing crap to prosper. Well, that's happening right now. It's happening quite often. It's been happening for years, but it's getting worse. It's getting more intense. Crap prospering is getting worse. It's getting more intense. And what that means is the lies the Antichrist tells will cause bad people to have something. Like, okay, have you ever noticed? Have you ever noticed that in America, a lot of fat people? Don't laugh at this. Don't. This is the real thing. Have you ever noticed in America that a lot of fat people, a lot of overweight people, tend to have a lot? Like they have like a lot of money. They have uh, cars. They have uh, uh, furnished homes, and you can look at these people and tell they don't work. Okay, the Bible says you shall work to the sweat of your brow to earn your living. You ever seen a lot of these overweight people die from heart attacks? Well, that's because they don't work. When the Bible says you shall work to the sweat of your brow for your living, that's what it means. It means you will physically work. You can't just sit in a chair all day and do nothing and just write with a pencil and scribble on paper or press buttons on a board or something, and just typing letters, and that's enough physical work, because it's not. You will work to the sweat of your brow. That means that you will do physical work as well as mental work, and you will work for your living or you won't live. That's why a lot of these people, these overweight people, die, because they're not working their body. They're disobeying God by sitting around all the time, and just not working their body. And they take the money that they're given and they buy food, and they just keep pigging out and eating a lot of food. Well, they also have cars, they have motorcycles, they have a lot of things that people who work physically hard can't have. Well, there's the crap prospering. Also, you see, you may ask the question, well, how does this happen? Okay, I say by now that some of you people out there have heard it's becoming to where people look at the truth as being a lie and the lie as being a truth. Well, that is what's causing the crap to prosper, and that comes from the Antichrist. The Antichrist is somebody that hates God and somebody that hates righteousness and wants to see you dead. The Antichrist is a liar. He is controlled by evil spirit, the devil. And see, the Antichrist is the one telling people not to let homeless people in their house, that the homeless people are bad, that the homeless people will kill them. Let me tell you something. The Antichrist is telling people to steal and steal from people who have money. The Antichrist is telling people to steal from a company like a drugstore. They've been catching a lot of pharmacists and drugstores selling opioids right here in America, and even in 2019, this year. And they've been giving them time behind bars if they catch them. They've been catching police selling drugs. I mean, for money. That's crap prospering. Uh, because these people do make a lot of money from selling drugs, and they do buy, you know, cars with the money. They furnish our homes with the money, and people who are working are not. They're being stole from. See, if it wasn't for laborers who put their mind to work and build buildings and work and do heavy work physically, and they put together buildings, and they put together heaters, and they make stoves, and the laborers do this, and if they did not do it, you wouldn't keep warm. You wouldn't have no place to go. If laborers inside of say a mine, for example, didn't dig out the steel to make car parts with, you couldn't have a car. I mean, if they didn't dig if laborers didn't dig the metal out of the ground to make cars and stuff like that, you wouldn't have a car. So, you know, it's people, you know, are headed down the road of darkness and destruction, and you can see it happening. I mean, you're hearing about it becoming more often. That's crap prospering. People who sell drugs, you know, people who steal, and there are a lot of people who steal and sell drugs. And they misuse the money, well, that they project from their you know, their wrongdoings. If people were doing right and crap was not prospering, then these drug dealers and thieves and other people wouldn't be making jack. They wouldn't be making nothing. From what they do, they couldn't make no money. But see, it all comes from the Antichrist, because the Antichrist is putting it in people's mind that it's okay to sell drugs. It's okay to, you know, to give somebody something that they can use